Hello, how y'all doing, everybody? I want to talk to y'all about this situation with Paul Mooney and Richard Pryor Jr. People are coming out making allegations that Paul Mooney molested this young man. He waited 50 years to come out and tell the world what happened to him. I'm not saying he's a liar, but I am letting y'all know that Richard Pryor Jr. is out there to get that bag. And Paul Mooney is under attack right now. We've seen this play out over and over again. This isn't the first time something like this happened. They wait till these celebrities get old and gray, and then they come in to collect. But without further ado, I'm going to hit y'all with these exclusive documentations. So I need y'all to pay attention. And after this video is over, we're going to have a Q&A and talk about this, because as a community of people, black, white, and indifferent, we need to have this conversation. So here goes the presentation. Once this is done, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, all right. And a lot of allegations coming out against Mr. Paul Mooney. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what's going on, but first y'all gotta understand the systematic criminalization of our black celebrities. Facts. They're trying to do Paul Mooney the same way they did Bill Cosby. They want to wait until you old and gray and pin some sexual stuff on you when you way too old to get it up. Paul Mooney been around for almost 100 years, and not once have you ever heard about him being involved with Richard Pryor's son. As outspoken as Richard Pryor was, he even wrote a book putting all of his personal business in the book. Not one time did he mention anything negative about Paul Mooney in his book. They're trying to destroy these brothers one by one, R. Kelly included. What? They've been doing this for a long time. That's why I don't believe Paul Mooney did anything to Richard Pryor's son. Richard Jr. is in his 50s, and you want to wait until now to come out and talk about Paul Mooney? The question is, why now? Why? The reason why they want to bring down Paul Booty is because we have a new president in the White House, and Paul Mooney made plenty of racist jokes back in the day. And even though them people was at his concerts laughing, they knew one day they was going to make him pay for everything that he said. I can't believe people are seriously questioning Paul Booty's sexuality. He been in Hollywood for over 60 years. He have a wife and beautiful children and grandchildren. So how in the world is Paul Mooney having relationships with Richard Pryor's son? First they took down R. Kelly for something he allegedly did. Now it's looking like every black male is a sexual predator. They put this stigma on us because of what's going on in Hollywood. Last time I checked, everybody in Hollywood involved with some freaky stuff, but why do that have to trickle down to the black man being a pervert? Paul ain't never been arrested for no sex crimes, and these men been through generations. Bill Cosby been around since the 20s. I'm not talking 2020, I'm talking about 1920, and you ain't never heard nothing about Bill Cosby ever being arrested. Paul Booty ain't never did a crime a day in his life, but now they trying to criminalize him. I just don't understand why people want a brother to be gay. Don't nobody have no proof that R. Kelly did anything. Nobody has any proof that Paul Mooney has ever been with another man. People just love to make assumptions about people because of their skin color. This all started with Paul Mooney when Richard Pryor had his roast, and he said a bunch of jokes about Paul Mooney being with another man, but it was nothing but jokes. It's so sad that people take things out of context. Now this opportunist got an opportunity to bring down Paul Mooney the same way they brought down Bill Cosby. I want y'all to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and the notification button, because you know that everything I'm saying is nothing but facts. If you feel different, let me know in the comment section and I will reply to your comment, because this is a conversation that we all need to have. We're so quick to condemn our own without any proof whatsoever. Just the fact that they black is all the proof that we need. Y'all see them Gucci overalls Bill Cosby got on? He ain't never have to incriminate himself to get no females. The same thing with Paul Mooney. Richard Pryor, God rest his soul, he's in a better place right now, but he never came out his mouth and said that Paul Mooney did these things that's out there in the news. Hypothetically speaking, let's say that Paul Mooney did have a relationship with Richard Pryor's son. And if that's true, and Richard Pryor's son waited 50 years to come out and tell us what happened between him and Paul Mooney, he must have liked it up until now. If you waited this long to say something, you must ain't have no problem with it until recently. And the more people can just come out and make allegations without no proof, the more you brothers out there is gonna get locked up for crimes you didn't commit just because of the stigma of black males being sexual predators. I understand there's people out there that do bad things. There's people within our families that violate family members and all that. I get that. But how come they're always trying to make examples out of our celebrities? How come you can't make examples of the local, everyday people that's out here doing these crimes? They got these brothers in the media for the whole world to see them. I'm talking about people overseas. People that ain't never even met a black person in person is reading about Paul Mooney right now. Dick Gregory and Paul Booty had a real good relationship, and y'all know Dick didn't play that, especially not with Paul's booty. In Richard Pryor's book, he talked about plenty of things that happened to him in his childhood when he was molested. He talked about relationships that he had with other men, but not one time in his whole entire book did he ever say anything about Paul Mooney being zesty. He said some things about some other people though, but Paul Mooney was not mentioned in the book except for about 2 or 3 sentences, that was all. Every time a brother is getting dragged in the media, everybody want to jump on board and make this a surviving R. Kelly situation, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. Paul Mooney is a model. He's a comedian, he's an activist, he's a father, he's a grandfather. He looked like Big Mama. For all you people out there listening, all I can say is this. They not gonna stop until all these black celebrities that saved up a lot of money is behind bars. I'm not trying to take their side, but like I said earlier, this is systematic. Y'all just wait until Marlon Wayans get old. He's been acting very strange lately. He be talking crazy, acting crazy, and moving crazy. People are saying that he on that narcotic. People has been watching Marlon Wayans and he been wilding out, but nobody want to talk about his behavior. And that's because y'all want to wait 50, 60 years to start saying that he's a freak. R. Kelly been R. Kelly for as long as we all can remember. But in 2019, we want to condemn R. Kelly for being R. Kelly. Paul Mooney has been flaming hot for the past 70 years. As you can see, he got on a t-shirt that say happy be happy, so why is everybody making a big deal about Paul Mooney being zesty? Y'all act like there's not plenty of feminine men that don't swing that way. And how was Paul Mooney even able to get his hands on Richard Pryor's son? He made the allegations that Paul Mooney molested him when he was younger, but he did not mention how young he was. And since he's 50 something years old, he probably was talking about when he was 20, 25 years old, so it's not like Paul Mooney was involved with a child. But either way, I don't believe Paul Mooney even had nothing to do with that man. I think somebody cut him a check to say that Paul Mooney mooned him or something, because the same situation with Michael Jackson took place with plenty of people in his inner circle. People in his camp was offered $250,000 to say Michael Jackson touched them. People was offered millions of dollars to say that Michael Jackson molested their kids. I say all that to say that people will literally pay to bring down the innocent black man. People will make up all types of stories about these black celebrities, drag them through court for months, embarrassing them. And not only is it embarrassing for the black celebrities to be on televised court, it's also embarrassing to the people to see these brothers in the courtroom being tried for these ridiculous crimes that may have never even taken place. And for you ladies out there, I want y'all to know that I really care for you, but y'all gonna have to stop criminalizing these brothers and calling them homosexuals just because of their mannerisms. Cause if y'all want to talk about mannerisms, we can do the same thing with women. There's plenty of masculine women out there, but they never get accused of being lesbians. But every time you see a brother with a little bit of sugar in his tank, you want to accuse him of being the Kool-Aid man. I think we need to continue this conversation in the comments section. I don't think Paul Booty did these things. As far as Bill Cosby and R. Kelly go, it's a possible chance that they did these things, but there's no actual proof that they did anything. And to be honest, these stories don't even be newsworthy. There's plenty of terrible things that happen in America that don't even get televised. There's all types of crazy things going on in Hollywood that will make incredible news stories. But they rather talk about what black men in their 70s and 80s did 70 and 80 years ago. This isn't even news, this is olds. But y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. I just wanted to give y'all my opinion about the Paul Booty situation. Now it's your turn to let me know how you feel about the situation.
Shawn got the jocks, I'm keeping it funky like some socks. Ponytail with the box.
Everybody, that's how I felt about the Paul Mooney situation with Richard Pryor's son, and Paul Mooney's bodyguard is out here talking about what Paul used to do way back in the day. This man is almost dead. Regardless of what he did in the past, what are we going to do about it now? I'm not condemning this man, but they're making allegations a little too late. You had 80 years to make allegations about Paul Mooney. Richard Pryor's son is almost Paul Mooney's age. He's an old man. He has gray hairs. And now he wants to condemn an older man about something that happened 50 years ago? You had all the time in the world to open your mouth. All them times you ordered a pizza and watched a movie. Every time you went to the amusement park. Every time you used the bathroom. You mean to tell me you lived your whole entire life? And now you want to come out and talk? So, okay, what if Paul Mooney do go to jail? He only got a couple of months left. This ain't about Paul Mooney, people. This is about criminalizing these brothers in Hollywood. And it's making us all look bad. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, because I got so much love for y'all. Blazing Gang, y'all stay tuned. I'm going to have some more information. And just because somebody got a little sugar in his tank, that don't mean nothing about him being zesty. You can look at Paul Mooney and clearly see like he's a heterosexual. But anyway, I gotta get going. I got some things I gotta do, okay? Now y'all stay good out there. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and the notification button. Do all of that good stuff, okay? Okay, goodbye, everybody.